Well, on Sunday, the gates of his garden are opening to the public. It's a wonderful chance to see where the great man worked and the garden that inspired him.
Roald Dahl was my husband, and I think probably the greatest children's writer in the world. I think I was so lucky to live with him here in Gypsy House, surrounded by the most beautiful countryside and a wonderful garden. The countryside and the garden inspired his work enormously. He was passionate about anything that grew and the magic of planting a seed and a tree developing, or a flower or a vegetable. He loved his garden. This is probably, I consider, the most important part of the garden. It leads up to the writing hut, where he wrote all his children's books. It used to be completely naked, and he had the inspired idea of buying the lime trees in order to be pleached. Every time he came up to the hut, he would always pleach a branch or two. Now you can see the result of this magic green tunnel that leads to that famous yellow door. We're looking at this extraordinary, very ancient cherry tree. And there's a secret here. When Roald started to write James and the Giant Peach, instead of the peach, it was a cherry. And it was this tree that inspired him. But of course, he eventually decided a peach was a bit more delicious and would hold a great many more bugs. Now we're in the vegetable garden. I think this is the garden that Roald loved most. For him, it was paradise because he could grow his most wonderful giant onions. If you look very carefully around the garden, you'll find a number of tributes in the form of onion motifs. And he would have a competition every year with about 4 friends in the village to grow the largest onion. I'm afraid to have to say he used to cheat, and he used to send for seedlings. So he started with a very good stock, and then he'd plant them out, and needless to say, he won every year. Now we're in the maze, which was built after Roald died. Really is a little tribute to him, and the stones in the paths are carved with quotes from his book. And I think probably this is the most favourite part of the garden for the visitors. I think that the mixture of the box and the yew and the white beam make it perfect. The magic of Gypsy House Garden is really created by Roald. And I think when visitors come, they feel this magic. It's extraordinary.
For more information and opening times for Gypsy House, go to our website.